Well, it is with pride and excitement that I stand here with my state delegation colleagues, Representative Buddy Altobello, Representative Catherine Abercrombie, Representative Hilda Santiago, and our local officials, including Mayor Mike Rohde, Deputy Mayor Matt Dominello, City Manager Larry Kenzier, Majority Leader Brian Daniels, Council Member Trevor Thorpe, I don't want to forget anybody, got you all. We're here to announce that Governor Daniel Malloy, who has on numerous occasions stated his support for Meriden and his belief that our city has the potential to become a wonderful place for economic growth. Today he's taken his support to the next level by announcing the allocation of $3.85 million of bond funds for the rehabilitation of our city's center, the Meriden Hub. For those of us that are here today, and for those who have worked on this even before us, I think I can pretty safely say it feels a bit like a birthday. It's a celebration, non-controversial one, and one that also is about the rebirth or the celebration, the birth of Meriden and its potential from this day forward. The hub has long thought to be one of the obstacles to Meriden's ability to have a prosperous downtown, and understandably so. There have been multiple companies that have been on that site that have contaminated the property. We've had 11 100-year floods in the period of 150 years, and 2 of those floods have actually cost over $26 million in property damage, which have caused companies to either move out of town or move out of the center city. For the past 5 years, when I served on the Meriden City Council, and for the months that I've served as your state senator, businesses and people alike, residents have told me that they've just about given up on Meriden's potential. But fortunately, city and state leaders have continued to work together and to overcome these obstacles with the knowledge that the hub can be the key to Meriden's revitalization. And now with this $3.85 million, we are finally able to move some dirt and to begin repurposing the hub. So with that, I would like to introduce and allow some of Buddy Altobello, Representative Buddy Altobello, to say a few words.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I guess I didn't know I was on the agenda, but I too would like to thank Governor Malloy. Governor's spent some time here. We've got this whole plan for the area. This is one piece, and it's a really, really big piece, and I thank him for allowing us to move forward.
Follow up on what Buddy said, this project is actually multifaceted. It's flood control, it's soil remediation, economic development, open space, recreation, and it's 11 acres that will be a park with critical flood control components to it, so that the additional 3.4 acres will finally be outside of the 100-year flood plain. So I would like to now bring up Representative Hilda Santiago.
Good afternoon. This is like a dream come true for the city of Meriden. Thanks to the staff that have worked very hard over the years, the flood control agency, implementation agency that has been working on this issue for a long time, Phil Ashton, who knows about the floods up and down the city of Meriden. The hub is in the middle of my district, and it has been a barrier to bringing jobs into the city of Meriden. So this is for economic development. This is bringing more jobs. It's going to be a great project to also work together with the transit-oriented district, the plans that are coming in through Meriden. So this is for the naysayers that said that this will never be done. And finally, after so many years, this is going to get done, and we look forward to working with the governor and other officials. Hopefully we'll get more money through the feds and the state to complete the project. And thank you to Governor Malloy, his staff, the Army Corps of Engineers, and all others that have been here over the years and had faith in that sooner or later we would get this money in order to revitalize the downtown area. Thank you.
Thank you, and I'd also like to point out we've just been joined by City Councilor Miguel Castro, and now I'd like to bring up Mayor Mike Rohde.
Thank you, Dante. Thank you all for being here on this historic date today. A shout out to Phil Ashton, who's been with this project for nearly 20 years, bringing it to fruition. And this is really the final piece for us. So the news that the Connecticut Bond Commission will award $3.85 million is a fantastic accomplishment for Meriden. This funding is a linchpin for the downtown flood control project, the new downtown park, and the intermodal transportation center. This bond funding ensures that we can begin and complete this important project and culminate nearly 20 years of study and planning to provide a new positive future for Meriden. I especially want to thank Governor Dan Malloy, who's been steadfast in his support of Meriden, Secretary Barnes, who personally worked to make this happen, and to our State Senator Dante Bartolomeo, who championed this project and worked tirelessly with the legislative leadership and the Meriden delegation to prioritize Meriden for this important funding. We have long had a vision to find a way to keep our downtown safe and dry from major flooding. We realized that Meriden could never reach its potential as a vibrant mid-sized city if downtown flooding continued to plague us. Now that vision becomes a reality, and Meriden is poised to take a dramatic leap forward. We are most fortunate to have the leadership and talent of numerous civic, business, and city individuals and organizations who have believed in the flood control project and made it happen through their diligence, hard work over the past 2 decades. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Mayor. And I also want to point out in our audience, we do have some people who have worked so hard behind the scenes on this. Dominic Caruso and Bob Bass, and I see Peggy Brennan somewhere back there. And with that, I'd like to bring up our city manager, Larry Kenzior.
Just a few additional facts for you. Senator Bartolomeo mentioned that this is first and foremost a flood control project. The hub site will contain 53 acre-feet of water. It's uniquely situated along Harbor Brook so that it detains that water in a high flood condition just at the exact right point so that there isn't further damage downstream and so that we don't ship our flooding issues down to Wallingford and further. This is also a brownfield remediation project. We're going to be removing soil from that site. That was historically the site of the first predecessor to International Silver Company. Meriden used to be known as the Silver City of the world, and that was a heavily used industrial site. We'll be cleaning the soils there while we're doing the flood control project. It also is, for unique reasons in Meriden history, we never had a town green. The center of Meriden started up on Broad Street when the rail line came in. All of the development moved down towards the hub site and quickly became industrialized. As you can see from the rendering that's up on the screen, the other part of this project will finally give Meriden that town green. That park will have an amphitheater, it'll have a great lawn area, it'll have linear and bike trails that connect to what ultimately will be a linear trail that crosses Meriden diagonally from the south to the north. It also, as the Senator indicated, there's 4.3 acres that are available for economic development. Our City Council will be passing a transit-oriented development zoning ordinance this Monday, I hope. And under that ordinance, that new zoning, there could be development of 1.2 million square feet on the hub site itself. It lies exactly adjacent to the new rail station. Meriden is a designated stop on the New Haven-Hartford-Springfield intercity line and ultimately on the high-speed rail line that will have connections to New York, Boston, Vermont, and Montreal. And it also is immediately adjacent to the Mills Public Housing Complex, 140 units of obsolete and deteriorated housing that we have every hope of being able to provide better affordable housing in Meriden for our residents. So the hub parcel is very important for all of those reasons, and being able to go forward with this project is something we've been looking for a long period of time. This funding goes together with previously approved funding both from the state of Connecticut and some funding from the EPA. We're very close to the total amount that we'll need, and we have every expectation that as we go forward with the 18 months of construction that are expected on this, we'll receive that additional funding. And we will make sure that we're in the ground working on this sometime in September or October of this year. The project is fully designed. We have permits from DEEP, from the Army Corps of Engineers, and an approved flood management plan from FEMA. So we're ready to go, and we're going to jump in and get this done. Thanks.
And lastly but not least, a gentleman who has been an elected official in this city for over 30 years and has seen the ups and the downs and has ridden the wave, we have Deputy Mayor Matthew Dominello.
Thank you very much, Dante. First of all, I would like to thank the staff here at City Hall, Dominic Crusoe, Bob Bass, and let's not leave out Phil Ashton, who's been very dedicated and a hard worker for this program. I want to thank our legislators, Dante, one of the leaders, and Hilda, Buddy, of course,
Kathy.
and Kathy, having a senior moment. But at any rate, and our city manager, who's worked very hard with each and every one on this project. Yes, I've seen this project start for many, many years, and it's always come to an end where nothing has been done. But, you know, thank the good Lord that we had hardworking, dedicated staff people and our legislators that said never give up. Our mayor was constantly out of it, and this is what's happened. It's coming to fruition. So I'm echoing some of the remarks, and hope that everything goes well. And as they would say, let's get the show on the road and get it done. Thank you very much.
So after the last few days of rain, I think it's no coincidence that the weather has cleared a little and the future of Meriden is quite a bit brighter today.